Okay, first, actually, we need some new concepts. That is the first one. I call this JJO complex. What's the meaning? That means we are one community, including 3 parts. Joins that from the JJO complex that children. Where's the table? Static joint, go through the nodule and right into the terminal station conclusion, like a river, from a source to the trunk, and finally station is mouth. So they want family, they are one unit, should be balanced, including structures and functional. And the treatment of all of the diseases with beneficial deformity should be obeyed these concepts. So according to the new concepts, we consider the different kind of the integrated discipline, including joint combined treatment and the joint occlusion and joint occlusion and the joint occlusion. For example, orthodontic surgery combined with the orthodontic orthodontic treatment. And finally, we'll focus on the joint occlusion combined with treatment. So, it's an indication for treating joint-originated bendal deformity. For example, under reduction with the beneficial deformity and the ankylosis and the tumor with the maxillary deformity and the threshold. And the concept G surrounding the joint, there's some most important structure, including the infratemporal space and the ear canal. And the natural view, you can see the central part with the joint up, is the skull base, backward ear canal, and the intermediate infratemporal space. That is called the peripheral complex. So also can have integrated disciplines, skull base, joint, skull base, infratemporal space, and interstitial. And finally, joint, skull base, ear, infratemporal space, surgery. That is complicated cases. They're complicated surgery. And the implications for the tumor involving the ear canal and the skull base. Very dangerous and very difficult. It's very easy to be recurrent. In ENT or the neurosurgery department, they only removed the tumor. They almost didn't do the contraction, the joint, that is a bone structure. Only use the soft tissue to build it. And the second part is I will review the 10-year MRI data. I show you that is the result from the 2016 to the last year. That is the total number of MRI examination. Almost 270,000. And the total patient is more than 220,000. Why there's a difference? Because we always do the MRI follow-up before and after treatment, including the non-surgical treatment and surgical treatment. So in some cases, we will do the several times examination. Immediate, current year, and more than 1 year 5 years and 10 years. And another information is the patient age under 30 years account for the 64%. What means? According to the textbook, when the high incidence is more than 30 years to the 40 years. But we have a large data, so incidence probability is different. It's a low. And the annual number of the imagination from the almost 13,000 to the more than 40,000. And it's a huge. So that means the imagination almost the number one for the TMJ diagnosis. So anterior distal displacement accounts for the almost 89% of all joint diagnosis. According to the imagination, we can divide into the anterior distal displacement staging system, which contributes to the treatment protocol. For example, we can divide into the cerebral joint. That means we can do the distal rotation, not do the local replacement. And the other one is the non-cerebral joint. There's no way to do the distal rotation. And the third one is I reviewed the 29 years surgical data. And it's our data. In the 23,000 with the 32 joint to do the surgery in this surgery. From the 1997 to the last year, 86.5% is a physical revision. The other, many different kinds of surgery. Now, pay attention from the 7 joints to the 3,600 joints per year. There are some milestones from the 7 joint to the 100 and 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. That picture shows us here. You have some idea. You never have a big care from the 7 to more than 3,000. I guess this will be more than 4,000. Never ever. One day you will realize you can. That is a TMJ surgery department. I hope many countries, many governments, many departments will realize your dream. Okay? This is my experience. And we do some discussion by use arthroscopic surgery and open surgery procedure. And you should pay attention to the thing is, you see, arthroscopic surgery goes very fast, from 4 to 500 a year to the more than 2,000 a year. What's the meaning? Sometimes in my colleagues, several, they also know how to do the discrimination by arthroscopic surgery. So that is why open surgery decreased. Arthroscopic surgery increased because the patient prefer to do the minimally invasive surgery. So that is why we should set up the training center International Training Center in Shanghai, maybe here and Europe and North America, to training many surgeons to do the arthroscopic surgery, of course. Open surgery is a basic technique. And the other movement 4,000 joints, including a body joint replacement, and severe osteoarthritis, and counter-reduction, and the dislocation, and the tumor. We have a huge tumor cases here. And the ankylosis, counter-fracture, and real diseases. And then we set up some integrated discipline team consists of the specialists from not only TMJ surgery, orthodontic surgery, orthodontics, implantology, and neurosurgery, ENT, CNS, and radiology and pathology. There are several models here. That is the model one. TMJ surgery and orthodontics combine the treatment. For example, physical rehabilitation and plus the orthodontic treatment. That is a teenager, 13 years old. That is about 4. Okay. And after this revision, you can see the new bone here. Still bone regeneration. And finally, we corrected the piece here. That was made why the operation is stable, because a joint is healthier. And then medical and operation will be stable. I show you a cartoon. There is the replacement of medical counter reduction, medical background. Then we at first we should do the distal revision, and then immediately because space is increasing, right? So immediately medical download and forward, and then we use the sprint or the functional parts control the water position. That is surgical procedure. We do the anterior release by corporation, and then with a special needle to do the suture, go to the distal backward, and then use the lasso and hop. Release, remove the suture in the fifth. And then we wait for several months, usually 6 months, you can see the new regeneration. That means the stable lower joint. And then finally we do the corrective piece. So we get the standard JGO plans for the teenagers anterior displacement and the counter reduction, distal should be confirmed by MR. That is mostly important. And then with the functional parts to use for controlling the lower jaw position and helping for the jaw regeneration. And finally, treatment. With the MR, you confirm that this revision is definitely about 98% immediate and 95% in 2 years and 90% in 5 years. For example, that is teenager. Yeah, you can see the TMJ to the right side, and 5 years. That's like active or other treatment. You see, chin, there's no asymmetry. That is about 4 and active. And the approach is very stable. I mentioned, joint, healthy, and stable is really important for lower jaw and occlusion. And take a look. There is okay. Before and 5 years, you can see the new generation is called as a CT scan with newborn. It's huge because she's very young, only 11 years old. So you can compare before with after. You see the counter height and the radius volume and radius term. Only do the discal relation by after surgery for 10 to 15 minutes. And the more you cheat, I said go very fast. TMJ surgery and other surgery and other treatment. For example, when you get this relation and then automatic surgery in same stage. First we do the maxillary alignment, and then we do the discal revision. Of course, you can buy arthroscopic surgery or open surgery, and finally, you do the piece to correct the lower. That is before and after. And the model 3 can be surgery and the same as the puncturing and the implantology, for example, minor joint manual prosthesis, that is before. And that is the design. Okay. And we follow up 6 years later, you can see the stable occlusion and the opening mouth is very wide. That is the result. And the model for TMJ surgery and ENT and the neurosurgery. This also complicated cases, so we can use the bone grafting to repair or prosthesis to repair. And 10 years construction and clinical database and biobank versus research. We set up the database as the form for the TMJ order. In 5,800 cases, and TMJ biobank, and 2,400 cases, and the total samples more than 13,000. And outputs of the biobank, including the protein profile and the cell outputs and the expression. And about the clinical research methodologies, as far as the respective for study, do clinical research and RCT. For example, we do some retrospective for the control study, natural cause versus industrial conditioning and the teenager as well, which is the teenager who only do self-control study. That means the first we will only follow more than 6 months. You see? Instead of 6 months with severe reduction, and 6 months later, more severe. And then we do the distal revision, huge new regeneration. And there's a normal relationship under and the distal resistance improve life. So there is protocols and that is the result. Contract increase, we only for the major costs increase almost to 1 million. And then we do the distal increase to 1.56 million. And structure much improved. with the punctual height increasing. So thank you very much. That is the summary. Yeah.
目前看